What's up, pals? Alchemy here. And today, people, we're going to be doing a discussion video. I know, it's something different. It's something wow. It's something I've never done before, including face cam. I'm wearing a leather jacket. Ooh, I feel so professionally greaser. That being said, I'm also wearing shorts. Anyway, now, I'm going to be doing, obviously, you see the Bleach wiki up, a Bleach fight. Not necessarily a Bleach fight, a crossover fight. You know, it's something that a lot of people debate. As you can see, we've got Sosuke Aizen, former captain of Squad 5, and Madara Uchiha, the person of interest in the I don't know, the main antagonist, who ends up being the main antagonist at the end of Naruto. Now, disclaimer, I will say this: I am more of a fan of Bleach. Anyone who watches my channel, of course, knows that. You know, I can't not talk about Bleach in one of my videos, which is kind of funny since I do Pokemon videos. Hell, I'm pretty sure I have Pokemon Yellow, and I have a Charmeleon on there named Engetsu. Engetsu, I'll explain later. But, anyway, back to topic at hand. Madara versus Sasuke. Now, I will be talking about both. Okay, this video is gonna be fucking long. I don't know how long it's gonna be. It's actually completely unscripted, as most of my stuff is. I should probably stop doing that. Yeah. Anyway, let's jump right into it. We have Sosuke Aizen, as you can see right here. Sosuke Aizen is, of course, race Soul. You know, he's a Soul Reaper. Affiliation himself. Well, sort of. Previous affiliation, there you go. He was a captain of Squad 5 for the 13 Court Guard Squad. What did this mean? It means he was supposed to protect the balance of humans and hollows. What are humans and hollows? Long story, go watch it. All I can say. I'd have to make an entirely another video, which I think I might actually do. What position did Sosuke Aizen have? Well, of course, Captain of Squad 5. I've said that like 5 times now. What else? Shikai. Aizen's Bankai hasn't been released yet. You know, for those who think that Bleach is done, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. They've actually been continuing the chapters fairly frequently. Once a week, every Thursday or so. What else can I say? Other than it's the final arc of Bleach. You know, Naruto's been done. People think Madara can beat Aizen. You know, I'm here to say Aizen can demolish Madara. Let's start this. Starting off, we have Sosuke's personality. Alright? Aizen is polite, soft-spoken, a soft-spoken intellectual, often addressing his subordinates by their given names: Kaname, Gin, Ukiura, Greenjow. You know, he doesn't say, Mr. Jaggerjack. He doesn't say Mr. Ichimaru, Mr. Tosin, Mr. Schiefer. He calls them by their first name. Why? I don't know. Maybe because he definitely doesn't see them as his equal. He rarely shows any sign of alarm or distress, and often has entire situations planned out well in advance. Meaning, he is literally 5 steps of his given enemy. He was 5 steps against, 5 steps ahead of the Soul Society. He was 8 steps ahead of Ichigo. You know, he had plans for everything until the point where he got too cocky. You know, like most anime villains tend to do, they're cocky sons of bitches. You know? Now, Madara is no exception to this. However, this part of the video is going to be centered on Sosuke Aizen. Aizen is casual and uncaring, attempting to draw out conversations and make small talk, which often infuriates those he talks to. Yes, it's Aizen. You know, his personality is, oh, you think you're stronger than me? Well, let's talk about that, you know? Clearly... Clearly you're not. Let me show you my blade. He pulls out his blade, you know? I'll get into that in a bit. This video is going to be all over the place. I've said it before, I'll say it again. History! Alright. Now we get into some of the... Oh, I'm only going to be reading certain pieces of this that I see as crucial. At an unknown point in the past, Sosuke Aizen became a part of the 5th Division under Captain Shinji Hirako. He invested himself in researching and creation of the Hogyoku, even before Kisuke Urahara. Keep in mind, Kisuke Urahara is the creator of the Hogyoku. You know, he's the man behind the mystery, as they like to say. To this end, he sacrificed hundreds of Shinigami and hundreds of Rikongai citizens who bore Shinigami talents to his own Hogyoku. Now, this would imply that Aizen, of course, made his own Hogyoku, which isn't true. He actually stole the Hogyoku from Kisuke Urahara, since it couldn't be destroyed. But it was not satisfied with this. The Hogyoku's got a personality. Somehow has a personality. Don't ask me. At one point, a young Gin Ichimaru watched Aizen meet with 3 other Shinigami who were kneeling before him. One of the Shinigami handed Aizen the Hogyoku, prompting Aizen to pull the orb out of the glass and hand it back to the Shinigami. Aizen and his subordinates left an unconscious Rangiku Matsumoto a short distance away. Aizen eventually caught Shinji's attention and was promoted to lieutenant in order for Shinji to watch over him closely. But Shinji's actions only helped further the realization of his plan. Now, Shinji's always been skeptical of Aizen. Always. You know, dude always hated him. I don't know why he promoted him to lieutenant. But anyway, that's got nothing to do with anything. Let's continue. Obviously, let's continue. God damn, dude's got a lot of history. Arankar arc. These just show his appearances in the other arcs. He appeared in the Soul Society arc first. Powers and abilities. Here we go. As you can see, these are the stats of Kisuke Urahara. No, these are the stats of Sosuke Aizen. I know you can't really read Japanese. If you can, props to you. You're the real MVP. Offense. Aizen has 100. Alright? You see that? Right there. I'm highlighting it. Defense, 90. But reasons. Mobility, 90. Bottom. Kido / Ryatsu, 100. Of course, he's got the Hogyoku. The Hogyoku grants him infinite Ryatsu. You know? What the Hogyoku does is it grants the wielder anything they desire. Of course, that's to an extent. You know, you can't have godlike status with no godlike powers. I mean, you probably could, but I don't know how to explain that. Bottom left, intellect. Aizen is top 100. He's the smartest motherfucker you will ever meet. You know? Top left is physical strength. I mean, he's good in that. You know? And altogether, that gives him 560 out of 60. Now, starting off the the power and abilities. I'm not sure how you account this as a power or an ability, but it's the genius intellect. Aizen is so damn smart. You know, he planned hundreds of years in advance. You know, I don't know what went wrong with Aizen, like what caused him to become such a corrupt soul. You know, because remember, he is a soul. He's a soul reaper. Aizen is so smart. He took out, if you look at it, he took out every single captain except maybe Mayuri and Kenpachi. I don't think he took out Mayuri and Kenpachi. If he did, correct me in the comments. However, I'm not going to really dibble-dabble with that. Aizen's strength knows no bounds. Especially with the Hogyoku. As you can see right here, it says Master Manipulator. You know, Aizen has proven himself very crafty and a cunning man since his public betrayal of the Soul Society. He literally made everybody think, oh, he's with us. It's fine. The Ryoka boy doesn't stand a chance if Aizen comes. Well, tough. The Ryoka boy saves Rukia, and Rukia gets the Hogyoku stolen from her from Aizen. You know, he's a Kido master, literally being able to use Hado 90 Kurohitsugi, translated to the Black Coffin, as you can see from this little gif right here. Aizen's well over 500, maybe 400 years old. You know, 150 years ago in the Turn Back the Pendulum arc, Tessai, the Kido Corps commander at the time, was sent to investigate the disappearance of Soul Reapers. Alright, Tessai stood in front of Kisuke Urahara in this arc. Alright, Kisuke tried to stop Aizen before any of the Hogyoku stuff happened, before the betrayal of the Soul Society. And obviously he failed. Tessai used... We're looking this up. Hado 88. Hado 88. Hyuri Ginkuzuku Shinten Ryoho. Alright, what that does is fires a giant blue beam. I know you're thinking, oh, that's Hado 33 Sokatsui. No, this thing is fucking massive. Like, you go like that, it's basically firing a Kamehameha wave. You know, that's also can be said for Soren Sokatsui, but no, this thing is bigger. Way powerful. And Aizen, as he's walking away with Tosen and Gin, says, Bakudo 81 Danku. Without an incantation. You know, even Tessai, the Kido Corps commander, had to use an incantation for... let's go back to it. Haryu Genkuzuku Shinten Raiho. I don't know what that translates to. I don't think I will know what that translates to. But that's how strong Aizen is. You know, this is before he unlocked the full potential of the Hogyoku. How did Kisuke get it back to put it in Rukia? I don't know. Storytelling purposes, yo. He's a Shunpo master. Shunpo master. You know, Shunpo is Flash Step. You know, I've been debating this with people for a very, very long time. Since the debate was put up. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, I don't blame you. There's an app called Anime Amino. And this is the last day for the debate. I've been proving people wrong like crazy. I'm partial to Aizen. Of course I am. You know? Aizen's Aizen. You can fucking get better than Aizen. The dude that I fought against said it doesn't say anywhere that Aizen's a Flash Step master. I hope to God he sees my video and sees that little highlight right there. Shunpo Master. Aizen is so fast, one cannot discern even being attacked by him until after it has been spoken. There's an episode of the anime, and it is in the manga, where this is apparent. Aizen stands in front of Ichigo and says, "You are not nearly strong enough to touch me, Ryoka boy. I could rip your heart out right now, and you'd never know." And the instant he finishes that sentence, his hand is on Ichigo's chest. None of the captains saw that. None of them. Alright? He's a master swordsman. They're all master swordsmen. Who cares? Hakudo master. Who's Hakudo again? I find that kind of bad that I don't know that. Hakudo, while preferring to finish his fight quickly with his Zanpakuto or Kido, Aizen is a highly capable, unarmed fighter. I'm thinking real quick. I should probably just make this video about Aizen. You know, that'd be best. As to how he would kick Madara's ass, of course. You know, that's what I'll do. Madara Uchiha, you are a little bitch compared to Sosuke Aizen. I'm reading off everything. Now, don't get me wrong. That's my personal preference. You know, I'm a bigger Bleach fan than I am an Naruto fan. You can call me a Bleach fanboy if you want. But Aizen can still kick Madara's ass. You know? Easily. And I'm listing the reasons why. Intense spiritual pressure. In the fake Karakura Town arc, when Sosuke was transforming, thanks to the Hogyoku, he stood in front of a man. Alright, this man was a regular civilian. And the man stood up and says, "Oh! Huh! I'm sorry, I must have dozed off there. Could you tell me what time of day it is?" And Aizen looks at him and says, "It's funny how you're still in contact, human." And then the man explodes! You can't just not freaking... You can't not... What? I'm fangirling for a reason, people. Even when Tatsuki and Shizuku and Keigo, yeah, that's his name. Keigo, like, encountered him. They almost got exploded. And they've got heightened spiritual pressure thanks to Ichigo. You know, not as much as Orihime and Chad, of course, they're full bringers. They've utilized their full bring. But they almost got exploded by Aizen's physical spiritual pressure. Now I know what you're thinking, oh, Madara can go 6 Sage Pass mode, like in the picture right there. I can see that holding up to Aizen's spiritual pressure, you know? Let's see. Masterful Ryatsu Control. 2nd Division Lieutenant Mauricio Omaida started Aizen's mere presence is monstrously stated that Aizen's mere presence is monstrously overwhelming. The force of Aizen's Ryatsu is great enough to, without any visible effort from Aizen, bring Grimmjow Jaggerjack, the 6th Espada, to his knees. He has stated it takes a lot from him to crush an ant. Referring to Renji. You know, he's like... I don't know where I'm going with that. Aizen's Ryatsu is so powerful. It's powerful enough to nullify abilities such as when he negates Soifon's Nigeki Katasu. Now, what Nigeki Katasu is Soifon's Suzumebachi's ability. Alright, 2 hits, you're dead. Aizen was so freaking strong. He completely, like... I remember watching that too, actually. Aizen got stabbed in the chest twice by Suzumebachi's Nigeki Katasu. And he's just like, how funny. You think your abilities, you think you're strong enough to defeat me in such a manner. Your Ryatsu isn't nearly on the level of mine. And remained conscious after being hit by the Quincy with the messed up teeth. Alright, that's in the chapters, like I said, there's spoilers. Aizen strapped to his chair made of Seki rock. And Nanana shoots him in the forehead and the chest, making a Quincy cross. And Nanana says, "Ha ha ha! I severed your something. You're gonna be dead in like no time." And Aizen just sat there and said, "You are an idiot." And then Basby shot him, I think. For those who haven't seen the final arc, read the final arc, and aren't caught up, you really should. You know, a lot of people say it's good, and I'm one of them. I read it religiously. Can't tell you the chapter names, so don't ask. Now, immense strength. It said, what was Aizen's physical strength? Mobility, defense, offense. Strength was 80. I wouldn't say that's immense strength. You know, if Madara were to get a good clean hit off of Aizen, I do believe it would do some damage, some form of damage. But Aizen is strong enough to stop the blade of Ichigo's Bankai with just an index finger. That's another thing. Alright, I will give them that. They're incorporating that. Immortality! Brings us to the big one. Alright. Immortality. After being hit by Ichigo's Mugetsu, Aizen somewhat regenerates from the damage, though most of his new form's features have been destroyed and do not return. He is later confirmed by Central 46 to have been left immortal by the by his interaction with the Hogyoku. He's fused with the Hogyoku. Now, okay. Zanpakuto. This is another one. Shatter. Kyokatsuigetsu. You got little shadow clone thing breaks, and it's his blade. You know what? Just fuck off. Kyokatsuigetsu gives the ability of complete hypnosis. He doesn't have to say Shatter Kyokatsuigetsu for the ability to kick in. All anyone has to do is simply look at the blade, and they are under Aizen's complete hypnosis. Now, Aizen is fused with his Zanpakuto. I know there's a lot of people out there who don't get that concept, so let me drop the bomb for you. It means his ability is constantly in effect. In the first few chapters, when the Squad 1 barracks exploded. Shut up, Luke. When the Squad 1 barracks exploded, it showed a scene where Yuha Bach himself was talking to Aizen, asking him to join the Vondenreich, and Aizen simply said no. You're a fool, Yuha. You have no true perception of my abilities and how strong I really am. Haven't you noticed that 3 days have passed? And Yuha was actually genuinely surprised about this, you know? I mean, I would be too, if 3 days had passed and I'm sitting there thinking, oh, it's only been like 10 minutes. Bruh! Former powers and abilities. When Kisuke Urahara's Kido spell, fuck. I hate these names. Kyujuro Ki Kakafumetsu began to seal Aizen. The Hogyoku rejected him as its master, which leaves him without the powers it granted him. It gives him the immortality. Okay? He might not have the Hogyoku now. He's fused with it, basically, even though it's rejected him. However, the Hogyoku's abilities of immortality still are in effect. To put Aizen against Madara now, it'd be kind of stupid since Aizen's strapped to a chair. And release him from that chair. Bodies are flying. I know what you're thinking. Oh, Madara can do the same. That's with human ninjas. Human ninjas. Okay? Aizen's weakness. Sight impairment. Kyoko Soigetsu's ability does not work on the blind or those who have not seen its release. Kaname is an exception. Why? Because he didn't see Kyoko Soigetsu. He wasn't never under Kyoko Soigetsu's full control. Meaning, how do I say this? Kaname chose to be with Aizen. Okay? Kaname is a good guy when you really get down to it. You know, Aizen manipulated Kaname into thinking that the Soul Society was impure, that the Soul Society were the bad guys. And clearly, Aizen was just toying with him, you know. Near flawless illusions. My words escape me sometimes. Well, the illusions of Kyoko Soigetsu Kyoko Soigetsu's are quite powerful. Those with considerable power and skill themselves may be able to note slight differences in illusions compared to the real thing, even if they are not able to determine what exactly is different. 4th Division Captain Ritsu Unohana detected something was amiss with the fake Aizen's corpse, even though she did not realize what it was until seeing Aizen alive. Madara's got chakra. Okay? Good bit of chakra. Spirit energy wise, I've heard people say chakra and spirit energy are around the same thing, which is understandable. You know, I understand that Ki is spirit energy, Nin is spirit energy, Ryatsu is technically spirit energy, and chakra is classified as spirit energy. However, this is Madara's fight against Aizen. You know, the two have never actually met each other. Does that mean Aizen's got a plan? Not right off the bat, no. However, saw it yourself. Small talk. Let me show you my blade. Its name is Kyoko Soigetsu. It has the ability of complete hypnosis. Madara uses fireball jutsu. Nothing happens! Right off the bat. You know, especially now, Aizen doesn't even have to say, this is my ability, Kyoko Soigetsu, and my blade's name. Shit like that. He just steps on the field. People don't get that. Ryatsu Presence. The Ryatsu of Kyoko Soigetsu gives it away. Hold up, there we go. Gives it away to those keen enough to sense its actual presence past the illusion created by its hypnosis. how do I put that in words? I'm not sure. The next little thing, touch negation. That is the only way you can actually get out of Kyoka Soigetsu's complete hypnosis. The sole way to escape the ability of Kyoka Soigetsu is to touch the blade itself before complete hypnosis is activated. Meaning, if you saw the blade, you're under complete hypnosis. However, that's not the full complete hypnosis. Full complete hypnosis is when Aizen says, "Shatter Kyoka Soigetsu." Gin Ichimaru proved this when he stole the Hogyoku. He touched Aizen's blade and said, "Shred him to death, Shinzo." Then left a piece of Shinzo in Aizen, and then he's like, "Poison him, Shinzo," something like that. Gin's Shikai is weird like that. Appearance in other media, trivia, quotes, blah 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 blah. Alright, we're done with Aizen. It's a long ass fucking thing. Now, Madara. Of course, I have to go into Madara. There's no doubting about that.
Madara Uchiha.
You know, he appeared in Volume 41 and Episode 370 of the Naruto anime and manga. Now, he's been in novel. He's got his own novel apparently. Wow, good for him. He's been in games, but so has Aizen. The Keki Genkai. Alright, wow, they've got his blood type and his zodiac sign? That's pretty funny. Status deceased. Right there. No, I'm just kidding. Aizen was brought back from the dead. It really doesn't matter. But his Geki Genkai is Sharingan, Eternal Mangekyu Sharingan, Rinnegan, Wood Style release, so he can do Wood Style. Alright, cool. Storm release. Keki Genkai, or Kekimora, is the Rinne Shuriken. What does the Rinne Shuriken do? Oh, alright. So we don't need to be on this page. I know what it is. I'm not going to explain it for right now. He is, of course, part of the Uchiha clan. That is the same clan as Sasuke and Itachi. Partner is Obito, Uchiha, and Black Zetsu. Affiliations with the Akatsuki and Konoha. Village of the Hidden Leaf. Tail Beast, Ten Tails. He is basically the... What's the term for it? Naruto is the host of the Nine Tails, but there's an actual name for the host that escapes me at the moment. Height and weight doesn't matter. You know, natural types. He has all the types, including, what is Yin Yang release? I'm not huge into Naruto, okay, so forgive me if I slip up on some of the things from Madara. Okay, background. We don't need the background. Personality. Madara's childhood was a product of the times he lived in. Okay? And constant fighting made him a perfectionist. Alright? That would keep at something until mastered it. You know, that means he, with all these releases and all of the Geki Genkai, he trained until he mastered fire release, until he mastered wind release, lightning, earth, water, wood, storm, yin, yang release. That's a great thing. Whenever one of these personality traits was changed, whenever one of these personality traits was changed, as they tend to be by Hisharima, Madara's competitive streak would emerge. Madara, being the Uchiha that he is very competitive. You know, he's got a lot of personality. Holy shit. We don't need appearance. Abilities! This is where we really get into the meat of things. I've got a lot to say about abilities of Madara Uchiha versus Sosuke Aizen. Alright. Madara was one of the most gifted shinobi in history. Recognized as the strongest member of the Uchiha clan, a child prodigy, he killed several adult Sannin, or Sinu, before he had awakened his Sharingan. Meaning he, as a child, he could compete with the big leagues. You know, I'm assuming a Sinu... Let's look up what a Sinu is, because I don't want to be wrong about these things. Oh, alright, Sinu is like... Woodstock. Oh! Alright. Yeah, let's go back. Let's do this. Let's go back. Alright. Basically, adult high-ranking shinobi is what a Sinu is. History remembers him as being... No. Shoot. Alright. No, dang it. Oh well. There we go. For those of you who don't know what I'm doing, I'm trying to get like my cursor on that. Alright. History remembers his best competing him best for competing with Hishimara Shinju, a god of shinobi, and pushing him to his absolute limits. When Obito began operating under Madara's name, fear of Madara's power forced 5 great shinobi countries and the neutral Land of Iron to band together to trigger forth the Shinobi World War. The 4th Shinobi World War. After his return from death, Madara was more than powerful enough to defeat the 5 Kage. That's the Raikage, the Kazekage, the Tsukage, the Hokage, and the Kazekage. Alright, that's sand, wind, fire, earth, lightning, or something like that. Sand, wind, lightning, water, and grass. Those are the 5 villages. At once. He defeated, like, don't get me wrong, to defeat the 5 Kages is an incredible feat. You know? 5 masters. 5 people considered to be masters of all shinobi. Leaders of the 5 hidden lands. The only 5 hidden lands. And apparently there's a Land of Iron. Don't know what that's about, though. And later, the 9-tailed beast, after stealing Hashimaru Senjutsu's chakra. Alright? It's incredible. I'm gonna be saying good things about both. You know, it's gonna seem like I was biased towards Aizen in the first video. I really wasn't. Or, alright, I was. But what I mean is, when you're a fan of Bleach like I am, no, you really shouldn't be biased in these things. Aizen's got incredible strength, yet so does Madara. You know, in terms of power, I wouldn't say they're equal, but in their own respective universes, yes, they are evenly matched. That is until you get to the actual meat of things and you pin them in one universe. You know, Madara was powerful enough to take down all Kages and control all 9-tailed beasts and summon the Jinchuriki! That's what it's called! Sorry. That's the host for the tailed beasts. That's what they're called. The hosts. Jinchurikis. And was powerful enough to summon the 10 tails. And then something happened. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but something happened to where Madara became Kaguya. I'll get into that later. Chakra and physical powers. There we go. Madara was born with very powerful chakra, described as very foul and evil by both Ninetales and Tobimura Shinju. This is partially because he inherited Indra's chakra. His large chakra reserves allowed him to fight non-stop for 24 hours before collapsing, and in his old age summoned the demonic statue of the Outer Path from its cage in the moon. Okay, let's keep going. He was skilled in chakra control, as he could perform complicated techniques with a single hand seal. Basically doing sign language and then fire style fireball jutsu, which seems to be his favorites, such as Itachi's and Sasuke's. Don't quote me on that. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate if anyone sees this video. Anyway, he could also quickly absorb and synchronize Shinjutsu's chakra with his own, while suffering no adverse effects associated with the lack of proficiency in Shinjutsu. This is giving me a backstory on his abilities, basically. I'm learning shit. I like this. Although he primarily uses ninjutsu, Madara was also incredibly skilled in taijutsu. During his confrontation with 4th Division, he fought hundreds of opponents with taijutsu, disarming and dodging attacks from individuals twice his size. He was fast enough to attack Naruto in Sage Mode, and when using Shinjutsu Chakra, dodged a flying Thunder God Slash without looking. I think that's from Minato. While using Shinjutsu Chakra, Madara's pain tolerance was high. He neither flinched from the tail beast's assault nor the loss of his arm. The loss of his arm was when Guy used Night Guy, and fucking 8 Gates kicked Madara in the chest and basically freaking exploded the left half of his body. Madara stated, "Ha! You actually almost killed me there, Might Guy. It's too bad your chakra levels are low." Meaning he's not completely immortal. And this is in 6th Stage Pass mode. Ninjutsu! Madara was well versed in a variety of ninjutsu styles. He could use Jinjutsu, powerful enough to restrict targets' actions. Jinjutsu? I think that's Kinjutsu. I'm not sure. It might not be. Hide within surfaces to avoid damage, and traverse the battlefield unnoticed. And through the unorthodox use of the shadow clone techniques, fake his death by having a clone act as his corpse. In the anime, Madara is shown the ability to levitate. That's in the anime. Bakui Jutsu. Madara could use many weapons such as the giant shuriken and a kama, chains with weights, and kusurugama, and hand-held shuriken. He also demonstrated proficiency with swords while fighting the 4th Division. His trademark weapon was the gunbai, with which he could shield himself and redirect damage, or yield it like a mace or flail. He could slice through the giant roots of the Ten Tails tree form with it. Meaning he could basically, like, cut the tree, the giant-ass tree, with it. Now, Madara, of course, has whatever this is, nature transformations. Nature transformations is basically the different releases. I went over those already. Dojutsu. Sharingan. His eye powers. The Mangekyou Sharingan. Let's get into that one. Madara and his brother Izuna were the first Uchihas to awaken Mangekyou Sharingan. Madara knew about the others' Mangekyou's techniques, and also capable of discerning the mechanics of these techniques with brief observation. You know, what Mangekyou Sharingan is basically, to put it in words, it's Tsukuyomi. That's one of the Mangekyous. It's also that warp ability that Kakashi used on Deidara. You know, when they were trying to find Gaara in the first, like, 50 or so episodes. Long-ass arc. Like, Jesus long. He has the Rinnegan. Years are infusing himself. Oh, years after infusing himself with Hashirama's DNA and unknowingly mixing Indara's and Asura's chakra, Madara's Sharingan evolved into the Rinnegan. As the Eye's original owner, only he could use them to their fullest power. He was able to switch between the Dojutsu with the Rinnegan. Madara could use all the abilities of the Six Paths technique. I'm not sure how to put that in words. You know. Such as the Petra Path to absorb chakra. With the Deva Path, he could perform Kibaku Tensei on the massive scale. What is Kibaku Tensei? Oh, alright. That's the warp technique that Kakashi used on Deidara, like I said. You know, he's got this Sharingan, the Rinne Sharingan, as the Tin-Tail Jinchuriki. See! And with both his Rinnegan, Madara approached the moon and awakened the Rinne Sharingan on his forehead, which he could use to reflect the eye onto the moon, allowing him to cast the infinite Tsukuyomi and trap everyone besides himself in the Genjutsu. Now, I've been informed the problem with this is after he used the Rinne Sharingan, he kind of turned into Kaguya. You know, and he wouldn't risk doing that in the fight with Aizen. Not the 6-stage pass mode, is it? Jinchuriki transformations. Madara's initial Jinchuriki transformation. Intelligence. Madara is extremely smart. You know I said Aizen's extremely smart, but Madara is extremely smart as well. Madara's years of experience on the battlefield honed his strategic ingenuity. He quickly devised a number of appropriate approaches. Yeah. Of approaches, he could switch approaches immediately. Meaning, he's kind of like Kisuke. If he's not one step ahead, he's 1,000 steps ahead. You know, Aizen's this. I wouldn't say the exact same way, but Aizen's 90% of the time got something hidden up his sleeve if his plan doesn't work. You know, part 2. Jesus. Madara's got a lot of history. Well, okay. Back to Sosuke. Starting off, we'll do personality. Madara's a completionist. You know, that's why he's got every single... I've been doing this for 2 hours. Holy crap. This is a long video. I hope people watch this and they point out my flaws somehow. Because I just read both. I read both. Personality's got nothing to do with it. I just read them because it's fun. Powers and abilities. Let's go to there. Okay. Straight up. Powers and abilities. I'm going to say this. Even though chakra is a form of spirit energy technically, not everyone has it. Chakra is like only those who are descendants of Kaguya herself have chakra. You know, this is actual lore. This is canon lore. They say this in the manga. You know, when the first sage is telling this story to Naruto and Sasuke, he says Kaguya was the first to be created with chakra. Or, to actually state it more clearly, Kaguya was the first, or, long ago when the world was created, like, plants or something had chakra. Humans did not. Thus, Kaguya was born, the first living being with chakra. Kaguya fell in love and had 2 sons. They were the first 2 to be born with chakra, the twins. You know, one was, I think, the eye powers, and the other one was a Jinchuriki type. To put it almost exactly. And after that, everyone else was born with chakra. You know? Aizen is not a descendant of Kaguya. Obviously, they're from 2 completely different universes. Meaning, he doesn't have chakra. Now, I know you can find some sort of way to argue with me on that. Oh, chakra is spirit energy. It's not. In a way. You know, Madara's eye powers, the Sharingan, the Rinnegan, Byakugan, all those different, Sage Mode, I think, with the frog eyes, are different eye powers used to see chakra. Alright? I've had people tell me, oh, Madara is going to use the Mangekyo Sharingan to put Aizen into a Tsukuyomi. No, he's not. He can't. Because Aizen doesn't have chakra. He's not a descendant of Kaguya, therefore he is not chakra. He does not have chakra. So, right off the bat, Madara's eye powers, out of the question. Maybe the Rinnegan. Maybe the Rinnegan. If we're using them at their fullest, Aizen would have to be released from the chair. In terms of spiritual pressure, as I said, Aizen blew up people. You know, even with Tatsuki and Keigo's heightened spiritual pressure, they were still almost killed by the sheer weight of Aizen's spiritual pressure. If Aizen raises his spiritual pressure high enough, it's going to slow Madara down. It's going to do something to Madara. And Madara is going to fall. You know, the sheer weight of spiritual pressure isn't handled very easily. You know? You can't just say, oh, Madara's good at that kind of stuff. Who cares if he's good? You know, it doesn't matter if Madara's got infinite chakra. There's still a limit. Like, as to how strong it is, not to how much there is. You can have infinite chakra and still be the weakest motherfucker ever. Only being able to resort to taijutsu like Lee. I'm not saying Lee's a bad character in any way. My favorite character is Guy. Second is probably Lee. Personality-wise, I love him. What was that? What else? You know, if Aizen's released from the chair, no competition. Kyoka Soigetsu. Complete hypnosis. He's fused with his Zanpakuto. I've said this so many times, and you'd actually be surprised as to how many people are like, Madara will kill Aizen before, he's able to activate Kyoka Soigetsu. Even if Aizen wasn't fused with Kyoka Soigetsu, Aizen would make some form of small talk with Madara, showing him his blade. Madara wouldn't know right off the bat, oh, this fucker's evil, I gotta kill him right now. I'm sure Aizen would be like, oh, another insolent creature in my way, I must destroy him. That's just Aizen. Aizen tried to kill the Soul King. Or tried to kill God. You know, through completely stupid means, by trying to get to the Soul King's palace, which is now the Vondenreich, but whatever. Whatever. Aizen's complete hypnosis wouldn't be detected by Madara. Nobody really seems to actually understand that. You know, in terms of physical strength, I'm sure Madara and Aizen are completely matched. If Madara uses shurikens, windmill shurikens, like any type of actual physical matter, it won't cut Aizen. You know, it might scrape him, barely, but the only thing that can actually cut a Soul Reaper, and you'd actually, oh my god, be surprised as to how many people don't understand this, but the only thing that can physically cut a Soul Reaper is a Zanpakuto. You know, and even then, if the spiritual pressure of that Soul Reaper isn't strong enough, the Zanpakuto won't even cut the opponent. As seen with Kenpachi versus Ichigo. You know, Ichigo swung his giant-ass Zangetsu onto Kenpachi's chest, and it didn't do anything. In terms of chakra and Genjutsu wouldn't work. Ninjutsu? Yeah, ninjutsu, that's what it's called. Ninjutsu, I assume, would have some effect. You know, it's technically using your spiritual energy into a form of manifestation, kind of like Kido. If Aizen uses Bakudo, 63 Sajo Sabaku, 61 Hyaparankan, and 62 Riko Jokoro, or I take it back, switch 61 and 62. Madara doesn't stand a chance. If Aizen turns around and says, Hado, 90, Kuro Hitsugi, Madara's down. Instantaneous, like that. People say, oh, Madara's hyperspeed is faster than Aizen's flash step. No, it's not. You know, flash step might not be as fast as lightning, but coming from a captain who's fast enough to outsee even the head captain, Madara doesn't stand a chance in speed. Ryatsu-wise, Aizen wins. I'm not saying because Madara's got chakra and Aizen's got Ryatsu. No. No. Alright, Aizen has the Hogyoku. He's fused with it. He's got the immortality. He's got so much spiritual pressure. I'm not saying it rivaled Mugetsu. Scorched Ichigo's arm in his final Getsuga state, however, which is an extreme feat. What's another thing? Powers and ability, Master Manipulator, you know, or let's go with Kido Master, Shinpo Master. There we go, that's what I was hoping for. Actually no, I did that already. You know, let's go with the Master Swordsman type. Both are Master Swordsmen, yes. However, if Madara swung his blade at Aizen would go like that and stop it like he did with Ichigo's. And vice versa, Ichigo did the same to him. That was because he was so fucking strong, you know, that's an incredible fight. If you haven't seen it, where have you been? Conclusion time is always the best time. Conclusion is, Madara is a human. You know, it doesn't matter how much actual physical strength Madara Uchiha has. Sosuke Aizen is a soul, far surpassing any human being. You even saw that in the Fullbringer arc, not with Aizen, but with Byakuya, and Kenpachi, and Toshiro, and Ikkaku, and Renji. You know, they fought Fullbringers who have heightened abilities like Orihime and Chat. Yet the Fullbringers didn't stand a chance. Kenpachi's opponent got killed in one slice. Jackie, Tristan, Renji's opponent, was knocked out completely by Renji. You know, Toshiro's opponent, Yukio, froze. They showed no effort in actually doing this, you know, so that would put, basically, I'm kind of comparing Madara to a Fullbringer. You know, he is human, he does have special abilities. However, to fight someone with Aizen's strength, the power to stop this 9'7", I know I can't, I know I can't zoom in, but to 9'6", 663 pounds of pure doggy man, and then take down even Yamamoto, almost. Genryusai Shikikuni Yamamoto. To say that Madara Uchiha, even though he took down all 5 Kages, those were humans against humans. The abilities of souls far surpass anything humans can even comprehend. You know, that's why Tatsuki, that's why Keigo, that's why Chizuku, that's why that old dude, when they stood up and they saw Aizen, they were nearly decimated by the sheer weight of Sosuke Aizen's spiritual pressure. You know, yes, Madara is strong, yes, Madara is cunning, yes, Madara is quick, but if you really think about it, he doesn't stand a chance against Sosuke Aizen. You know, I've been doing this debate for 14 days now on the Anime Amino app. You can check it out. It's for iPhone and Android. It's on the Google Play Store. It's on the Apple Store. I swear this isn't a product placement for it, but I personally like it. It's fun. I meet a lot of people there. I have a lot of nice discussions. I have a lot of heated debates there. To say Madara is on the same level or even surpassing Sosuke Aizen in any of his forms is to say Sergeant Keroro from Sergeant Frog can beat Yamamoto in a fight, or can defeat Whitebeard in a fight. It's not gonna happen, no matter how much you want it to. There's a lot of Naruto. I get it, Naruto's bigger than Bleach. I get it, it's got a lot more fans than Bleach. But when you get down to the nitty-gritty, Madara Uchiha doesn't stand a chance against Sosuke Aizen. That's the end of this debate. I'm sorry if it's longer than you'd like it to be. This is actually my longest recorded video. I'm actually thinking about doing a character discussion about some of the Bleach characters. You know, it's nice to talk about this stuff and to prove people the fuck wrong. Naruto fans, get wrecked.